Another brilliant score, just execution, and it's a numbers game because all 7 Scotland's backs go right. You see Hogg sweeping with Stay, and from there you've got Sam Johnson coming on the underside, keeping the defence honest. Stuart Hogg on the outside arc, and just gives that ball to Chris Harris, hitting the line hard. But the work done in that area, and I tour Marco's on.
So here we have round 4 of the Six Nations 2022, and we have Scotland there in the blue, and we have Italy there in the black. So essentially all this is a set piece play. And Scotland are running a strike, so we've got the goal line basically up here. I think the posts are about there. So Scotland had the opportunity to run the strike once, it failed, and then they had a scrum reset, so they're in the same thing again. So basically kind of the unique thing about this is that we've got I think we had 15 and 11, I think it is, sitting in here. So basically, as the commentators talk about, they've got the option to go either left or right. And so effectively what happens is Scotland are in the play and they score, but from a perspective of defence, it's probably an easy one to close down just by running a blitz defense. So effectively with the play, I think it comes into the 10 here, and then 15 runs around, and then we have the 11 running the back door, and then 15 feeds 13, I think it is, who just goes through that hole. So it's pretty straightforward kind of play. But we can see straight away from the way that the defense is structured that they're kind of already outnumbered anyway. So what should they have done? Probably set their D just to mark up in the first instance. I think it's okay with these two players standing this side, so just looking for that sweep option. They're probably actually more worried about this, which that makes sense. This person can probably stand there, and that person can probably stand a little bit tighter because they're still going to make that distance anyway. Spread those defenders out there in the back line, but effectively if we look at running a blitz defense with an area like this where there's a little bit of confusion, they're obviously trying to look at options, we can quite easily get our flanker to cover that option out here. So if these two players decide to attack this side, then that covers that quite easily. But more importantly is having basically our 7 and our 8. So if you look at this as our 7 and our 8, if we do is run that blitz, you kind of want to just have these two players pushing up in that shape there, just to close off those options. If that ball player comes in there, you want to have that this ball player here, if that player comes in there, you want to have that kind of 7 there to cover that channel. But that's not really too complicated, that's pretty straightforward. I guess the thought around why it's simple is that you've got the 7 and 8 combo here to cover that, and effectively they're going to go straight in the back there. And similarly when we look at if we were set up like that, if it was going to come the blind side, we'd have these two defenders push out here, but we'd have that 6 coming straight in the back there. So from a defensive point of view, actually it shouldn't be something that the team should stress about. If they just ran that defense, quite easy to close that down, even if, let's say, for example, as I've looked at before, this player takes the ball in here, brings this player in, comes across, and instead of this player pushing out, so we're sliding with that D, plays it under, and that player gets through there, we've got those players coming across there. So that's kind of the worst case scenario. So yeah, effectively the point being, and I know that David Campese actually kind of was a little bit frustrated at what's been going on with the Italian defence in these Six Nations. Yeah, effectively they should have been far better prepared for that play than they are there. And it's actually not that hard to close down.
Another brilliant score, just execution, and it's a numbers game because all 7 of Scotland's backs go right. You see Hogg sweeping with Stay, and from there you've got Sam Johnson coming on the underside, keeping the defence honest. Stuart Hogg on the outside arc, and just gives that ball to Chris Harris, hitting the line hard. But the work done in that area, and poor Marco Zanon